In what ways does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media product? This is the title of my magazine. I have used Orator Standard as my font. I chose this because it is simple but doesn't look boring. Then using the brush tool in Photoshop, I drew lines over the top to give it an exciting, cutting-edge, rocky feel. I chose the name Soundshot because it has connotations of music that I think is appealing and make the magazine sound interesting. The masthead is bold, which follows conventions of music magazines, as most magazine titles are bold and stand out the most on the cover. This is an image from my magazine. I think this is a good example of the mise-en-scène in my images. I tried to use a white background because it meant it was easier to cut the people out and edit the background. For example, this picture was used in the double-page spread. The models were cut out and the text was around them. This is similar to pictures in other music magazines, as they are often shot in a studio where the background is plain. For my main article, I asked my models to wear something turquoise to match the colours I wanted to use in the article. This is similar to other magazines, as they often use colours that are used on their models, a convention of costumes for a magazine. I also asked my models to wear something that had an indie look about it, as the genre is indie. This is another convention for the costumes to represent a style that is relevant to the genre. These are the people I chose to be in my magazine. I chose them because I think they represent different genres that my magazine is about well. This is a common convention of music magazines for the people featured to represent a certain style or genre. The genres I wanted to represent were alternative, rock and indie. I think the people I chose fulfill these styles well. This is the title I created for my main article. It has an artistic style and is very bold. This follows conventions in other music magazines, as they are always bold and what stands out the most. The font also represents the band and its genre, as it looks quite edgy and interesting. This is another convention I have followed to make my magazine more professional looking and create a believable product. This is a section from my main article. I used conventions such as using the same font for the magazine name as it is throughout the magazine. I've also used drop capitals in the lead and made it bold. This is another convention used in magazines. I have also kept similar colours that I used throughout the article, anchoring them together and creating a house style. Another way I have kept conventions in the body copy is by using a size font that is industry accepted, as well as writing the text in columns. The genres I have chosen for my magazine to represent are alternative, rock and indie. I think these images show how I have represented them because it shows the different styles. Apparitions End band pictures looks bold and rocky, and the hurricane pictures show an indie style. In the images, I also wanted to show how bands in these genres are placed on the cover, so that the reader knows what bands my magazine talks about, and therefore the genre. In this case, Florence and the Machine, indie, Rise Against, rock or alternative, the Maccabees, indie, Birdsong, alternative, and Biffy Clyro, rock. Here is my contents page. I have followed conventions such as putting the information in column form and in sections. I have seen this in many music magazines. This works well, so I used it for my own. I also used a picture grid system. I have seen similar things used in other magazines, but I have made it my own by putting the editor's letter in one of the boxes. Other things I noticed in music magazines are pictures of the magazines and subscription information on the contents page. I think this works well, so I followed this convention. This is how I have used conventions in my media product. I hope you've enjoyed me talking about it to you.